we're going to do here, this is a gas furnace, 80% gas furnace. It's got the metal exhaust pipe. Got a little bit of age to it, as you can tell. It's been up here for a while. Pretty normal for what we see on a routine maintenance. People want to get the most life out of their system as they can before they have to replace it. So we're here on a maintenance visit. We'll do various things: cleaning the drain line, checking the gas pressure, checking the electronics inside. When we do these checks, we're checking for, various different things. Most importantly would be that the system is operating properly. Beyond that, we're looking for different things such as code violations, safety hazards, things that could be an issue in the near future. So things like this, what I'm seeing off the bat is this gas connector here needs to be redone. This flexible connector is fine, it can be used, but you can't go through the cabinet with it with flex. So you'd want to have a hard pipe out there. So more of a safety hazard, but it is a codes violation. What I'm doing here is there's a test port here on this gas manifold, and whenever I turn the system on, we'll be able to see the actual gas pressure this thing is operating at, and then we'll be able to compare it to what the manufacturer wants it to be. Every modern furnace will have one of these. It's called a flame sensor, and it does exactly what the name implies. It senses the flame, and without it, like in this case, I pulled it out to clean it, the furnace shuts off. Here, and we'll lower that gas pressure down below 3.5 for natural gas. The 20 microfarad, plus or minus 6%. So if we have the right meter, you can read it, and that one's spot on, 20.87. Some manufacturers use what's called a hot surface igniter, which glows bright red to ignite your furnace. It just has a grounding rod and then a high voltage spark. Makes a little arc between those two, and then the gas blows by it and it ignites your furnace. We try to be respectful of people's homes when we go into it. In this case, the homeowner was down there working from home, so we try to come in and be respectful that he's got work to do on his computer in there, having a meeting. We try to be mindful of animals in the house. They can hear the dogs barking. And another thing is, you can see this guy they like their holiday decorations in here. So we try to be mindful of homeowners' belongings and make sure we don't break or damage anything. We try to treat people's houses like we'd want somebody to treat our house. So sometimes that means climbing into a little corner of the attic and doing your work, surrounded by holiday decorations. Air conditioning drain, which right now at the end of the season it's not going to be draining much more, but this guy's invested in a overflow safety switch. So if the drain line were to back up, it would trip this thing and it would shut down the system safely. But also what we do on maintenance is we use various methods. This one has a very convenient clean out tee where we can just use a brush and just make sure that this drain line is nice and clean for the homeowner. The last thing we want is water pouring down their ceiling come next April. add a clean out or add a safety switch, but this guy did a good job last year of allowing us to install something like this and rework the pipe so we can adequately clean it out. You have a blockage in the flue pipe and there's, say, a bird makes a nest up there. We can test that to make sure it's going to properly shut down the system. This is another modern furnace safety switch here. It's called a pressure switch. If this draft motor wasn't working, if it wasn't exhausting the bad fumes out of your house, this pressure switch would sense it with this tube here, and it would shut down your system and prevent anything bad from happening. There's also two more that we can't see. They're just generic high temperature limit switches that will just, again, shut down the system if things get too hot. So we'll make sure that he's safe, and the important thing today is that we've checked everything. The safeties are working good, the gas pressure has been set, the capacitor and the blower motor in there are running strong, so the homeowner should be good to get through the season. Just finished up with the homeowner here. We let him know everything was good to go with his furnace, making some small recommendations, but it's working good. The important thing on these maintenances that we run is really it's a service to the homeowner to make sure that their stuff is getting checked regularly, that it's operating safely. In his case, he has a gas furnace. And remember, it is a gas burning appliance. It is a kind of a controlled explosion in your attic. So it's really important to make sure that that thing is tuned up, cleaned, and it's up to all national gas codes to make sure you don't have any surprises. Because the last thing we want is this thing to break down on a 20-degree day and you're a week out of getting parts from the manufacturer. So we do these visits in the fall time to make sure that there's no surprises. Now the AC is back on.